Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome to Gridiron Chronicles, which each week will bring you exclusive interviews with the players, coaches, and unsung heroes who embody the true spirit of the game. I'm your host, Josue, and today we got some very special guests. Please welcome the Tama Toa Warriors. I would like to welcome and thank you guys all for coming. Can the viewers please have your names, jersey numbers, and as well as what you contribute to the team?
I'll start it off. Jake Brown, number 3. I'm a DB, wide receiver, and return specialist.
JoJo Simpson, number 33, defensive line, offensive line, and whatever the team needs to win.
Moima Sene, number 58, D tackle and right tackle.
Hello, I'm Faya McKenzie, and I'm an owner and also the head coach.
Hello, Carl McIntyre, owner and defensive coordinator.
Tommy Hernandez, number 50, offensive tackle, defensive tackle.
Before we start, can the viewers please? Can you show the viewers their brand real quick? Let me see some of that. Let us see some of that merch. Yeah, you guys can stand up. I know you guys are pretty big, so you know. All right, so this question goes to Coach Faya.
Of course.
So why the change of colors and the change of logo?
So the change of colors and logo, we actually originally we were supposed to have these colors and logo. This represents why we started the team, which is the colors of our flags for both Samoa. So we have Samoa and then we have American Samoa, and they all have these colors in there. So that was the main focus in the beginning, but we were trying just, to get our team going because it was, short of time. But thanks to Coach Carl, for putting in all the work, and it's coming out in fruition, and I love the new, rebrand. So.
Will the fans be able to buy your merch?
Yes, you can. You can reach out to us, and then we'll let you know and give you the pricing and where to order.
So I see that there's two sides to the helmet that has two different logos. Would you guys be able to show the camera the logos? Do you guys know which logo you're going to go with?
Yeah, we're going to go with the white logo.
Why the white logo?
Because it just pops. I mean, we want to be seen. We want everybody to see us too. So the red logo is nice, but I just feel like it kind of blends in. So we decided to go with the white because we want to pop, we want to be seen.
So for the start of the season, I know you guys lost in the playoffs, playing Iron Man football. Everybody understands that for people who play with low numbers. So what is the goal for this upcoming season?
Well, the goal is to continue to build our culture, continue to build our team, right? So we had a lot of teams out there in the league, but one of the things that I say a lot of organizations fail to do is put together a team. When I say team, we're talking about a bunch of players that are willing to play for each other as well as themselves, not concerned with their own stats, worried about the team. What is the need of the team? What can I do to make this team better? So we work on our core, continue to build that culture, continue to build a family environment. The wins, the losses, whatever comes with it. But no matter what, whether we win or we lose, we still have our core.
For some of the players here, how does it feel to have a woman as a head coach?
It's inspiring, honestly, because there's not a lot of women in our sport, and a lot of women do like and watch the sport. So it's good to see that they're getting more involved and people are accepting it as well.
I just think it's great because she tries her best to, coach us in all the ways she can. Like Coach Carl mainly goes through with the practice, but whenever Coach Carl's not there or Coach Rick last season wasn't there, she was over here trying to coach us and make sure we were getting our practice in and doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
Same thing as JoJo said. It's inspiring because not a lot of women have the chance to go out there because most people probably think they couldn't do it or not, but mom's living proof they can. And same thing, whenever Coach Rick or Coach Carl isn't there, we already paid for the field, so she's trying to let us get our practice in, and then, yeah, pretty much it.
So, I have a question. So, when is OTAs?
So our OTAs is going to start in July, but our actual OTAs, it's going to start in September. But I'll let Coach Carl speak more on it.
So on the OTAs, we got voluntary OTAs starting July 15th. That'll go all the way until October 1st, and then the first week of October we hit mandatory OTAs. So we use the voluntary OTAs for everybody to get acquainted with a lot of the new players coming out, to get acquainted with the coaches and some of the returning players. Once we get that out of the introduction out of the way, it's an audition situation. They're auditioning for us, whether they want to stick around, and we're auditioning for them too, right? So once we get that introduction out of the way, then we hit our mandatory OTAs, which, like I said, start in October, and that's when we have the whole team come out and we get working.
So, for two people, I just want to ask two people, it could be random. Do you guys have any expectations for these new players coming in? And, what are your expectations for them?
Most definitely. Honestly, what I look for is whether you were playing with another team or weren't playing with another team, I expect you to come in and be an open book, right? An open book to be able to read, and an open book to be read as well, okay? Depending on if you were playing for another team, whatever was going on with that team, that's with that team. We respect what we got going on over here. So when you're coming in, like I said, just be an open book. Let us read you and you read us as well.
Yeah, we want to make sure that when the players come in, they understand our culture. Especially we work towards, being a family. We're very family oriented. We really, really enjoy that. And then we also want them to, when they walk in, expect us to, be there for them. And then they can also do the same. Because that's what, football is all about. You be there for them, and that's our whole program, is trying to make sure that our players are good to go where they need to go, whether you want to go to NFL or whatever it is, at least we get to help you. And they need to understand that, and that's the big thing for our team, is being a family. You guys want to speak on it too, or?
We just look for guys that gel well with our team and our culture. We're a very tight-knit group. We've been around each other for a while, and it's like we have a core of 16 guys that always show up and are on time. So we just want to add a little bit more to that depth and see guys who want to come and work, who want to be a part of the depth, who want to actually come and work towards our goal of getting to the championship this year.
So, for Mr. Tommy Hernandez, I understand you were on the Vengeance. So, what made you make the change to come to the Warriors?
Honestly, respect. I didn't feel like I gained my respect over there. And I came over here with Carl. And, with the talks me and him had, I felt like me and him gelled well together. And seeing what core group they had, number 55, JoJo, number 3, I just feel like we could take them to the top. And I mean the best in the league. So, yeah.
So with the core guys they had last year, I feel like, that could be true. They went to the playoffs with low numbers and, we're up. So to capitalize on that. So you guys were up in the playoffs. You guys were doing good. You guys were just playing. What happened after that?
It was hot. It was hot. I saw the devil shooting craps in the end zone. It was hot. So, playing Iron Man, we these guys, I can't respect them enough, right? They gave 100%, even when it was hot. The turf was hot, their feet were burning, and we played Iron Man, so no expectations. We just, go out there, let's go have fun, and let's play 4 quarters. And that's exactly what we did, Fatigue sets in, and especially when you're playing both sides of the ball, fatigue sets in, and just keep playing until 4 quarters. And unfortunately, we weren't able to capitalize and finish the game, but it was a learning lesson, and we move forward to the next season.
What is your rivalry with Tyshawn Newells?
Well, everybody thinks I look like Tyshawn, so just saying, no, we don't have a rivalry. We're good friends. We're good friends. I know Tyshawn when he was back with the Rush. I mean, he's come a long way in this semi-pro. I look to him. He's one of my heroes because he's taken a team that really didn't amount to anything, and he's taken that and he's rebranded. And now look at him now. 2 championships back to back. He's built a good core team. He's got a lot of the winning recipes that a lot of us are looking for. So, I mean, much respect to him. But it's always on the field. I have no friends. We going out there, we're going to go compete. But afterwards, it's all love. I dap him up, and we continue to do what we do.
So, you guys were up in that playoff game. You know, you said fatigue and everything else. But do you feel like anything else went wrong, you know, besides that? Like, you know, fatigue?
Well, most definitely. We kind of, I would say we lost our way a little bit, you know. I honestly do feel that because we were up, right, and it was a little bit out of expectations for a lot of people, not for us. We had a game plan going into that game. But what was going on that field, it was out of the norm, right? And I kind of feel like a few of our players had got in their heads. And so we started relying on athleticism versus doing what we do best, which is coaching and execute, right? And so I think, we got a little ahead of ourselves. We got out of our way, and I think that was a big contributor to it as well.
And this goes for the players here. How does it feel playing with like a limited amount of players? Do you feel like it brings you guys closer together as a team?
Honestly, yeah. It builds more of a brotherhood, knowing all these guys. Even with the short amount of people we had, there'll be some times where we only had like 8 people show up to practice, but we always make it work out.
Yeah, when you have that small of a group, you know people on a first name basis, so you're really close to each other. You hang out a lot, and you're always at practice, so you know who's going to be there, but you never know who's going to show up to the games. So this year we're looking for guys who are going to be at practice and the games, and hopefully that's like 30 guys.
No, yeah, it was always nice having. I mean, it's not nice per se having a small group of people during the games, but the fact that we were able to grow and it was always the same 15, 16, we were just able to communicate with each other even if we were down in a situation. Like I was able to yell at the team and give them criticism to try to bring them up in the game and try to fix their attitude, and they didn't take it no type of way. They didn't take like I was trying to pick on them or nothing. They just take like, all right, he's trying to bring us up and try to pick us up, so let's go get better. And so I just hope that the new players that come in are going to have that same competitive edge, and when it comes down to it, you know, they're able to get yelled at and take criticism like any other player would be able to.
Well, I know you didn't play with them last season, but if they were short in numbers, you know, how would you feel about that?
Go both ways. I would go hard every play, try, you know, and bring these man spirits up and get over that hump that they need to be. They were a line short in a playoff game when I was with the Vengeance. I had 2 amazing years with the Vengeance, but they just need a line. And if we give them a line, I feel like we'll be the best in the league.
So in a winning culture that you come from, you know, you won a championship, you know, but even though you lost one last year, you know, you still went and you still won a lot of games. Are you going to be showing them, you know, like the winning culture there, or are you just expecting to show up to just practice?
No, yes sir. I'm gonna show them what it is to win, how it is to win, what it feels to win, and, you know, get the job done every week in and week out. You know, practice, show up at practice, get the job done. Make sure 11 guys are on one side and the other side of the ball, so we won't have to play no Iron Man football this year.
So one more question before you pass everything up. What team is on the schedule that you're looking forward to playing?
The Vengeance. The Vengeance. And the reason, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it's personal. I just felt like they lacked respect. You know, Tyshawn, amazing owner. Jose, great defense, a coordinator. Just lack respect on the other side of the ball. And I felt like with Carl and over here, I feel like I can make it work to get them to the playoffs and maybe more to a championship.
So, Coach Faya, seeing how Tommy played on the other side of the field, you know, like he wasn't on your team last year, do you feel like he'll be a great addition to your team?
Oh, absolutely. You know, he will be a great player, you know, addition to our team for sure. I mean, I've seen him work. I mean, you know, I have to, you know, sit back and then just watch. The way we run our team is, you know, you appoint leaders for your staff, for coaching staff. And then as a head coach, you know, I sit back and watch everything. And I absolutely watch, you know, a lot of players that it pops in, you know, to you. And yeah, he's going to be a great addition. I know that for a fact. And with the way he is and the way he's talking, I know for a fact that he's going to help out, you know, with the line. And, you know, you have that spirit of you wanting to help somebody to grow. So it's great to have you on our team. Absolutely.
So let's bring back this conversation. So the women coaches, you know, people feel like they have like no respect. Like people don't give them any respect. Do people be quiet when you get serious?
They sure do. I'm going to tell you that right now. It happens, you know, majority of the time, especially with our team. The guys, I feel, you know, a lot of respect from our players and, you know, our coaches. Because sometimes, you know, they kind of go crazy in our group chats. But once mama say something, everybody just shuts down and just like, okay, you know, she's pissed, you know. We need to stop. We need to, you know. But I feel like you being a head coach as a woman and then having, you know, guys that are supporting you, you know, makes a big difference because they look at you like a mother figure. You know, they look at you, you know, like, hey, she's a mom, you know, we got to respect it. And I know a lot of these guys, they respect and love their mom. So, of course, you know, but that's my job is to be here for the team and to make sure that everyone's okay. But yes, they do listen, which is great.
So for either, you know, you or Coach Rick, who are you guys looking forward to on the schedule?
I'm looking for the Ravens, the Vengeance, and Roll Tide. Of course, we want to go after that ring. I think that's it.
That's
If the Lopes are coming, I mean, I watched some of their, you know, highlights. We're going after them as well. I'll let him speak to that too.
Yeah, we going after everybody. Everybody. That's right. We say this team is rated E for everybody can get it. So, I mean, it's just, you know, there's a lot of great competition in this league. So, I mean, to be the best, you got to beat the best, right? So, we do our recruiting. We want everybody. We want everybody.
Absolutely.
Are you guys out for revenge? Or
Not at all.
I wouldn't say revenge. We just want to be better than we are, you know, last season. So I'm pretty sure that, I mean, most of the time underdogs, you know, they can do the job. You know, we just needed more body depth, you know, so that's what we're looking for. But no, we're not going for revenge. We're not a vengeful team. We just want to play the game and, you know, get it moving.
do you guys feel like you guys were underdogs the whole season?
Not necessarily. So in the beginning of the season, I really don't think that we were underdogs. Now after losing 3 in a row, right? Then of course I think that's when it started settling in that folks think that they were just going to walk all over us, right? And I wouldn't say until it was about week 4, after taking four losses in a row, that's when I think, you know, coaches and the players, we realized depth is a problem, but nobody's coming to save us. We're all we got. So when we started gelling together and realizing I got to play for the next man over, which our team motto is team over me, right? Once we realized that, then I feel that was the shift in the momentum, right? We started going out there and we started playing with a purpose. So yeah, I don't think we were underdogs in the beginning. It got that way, but then we earned our respect.
So playing as hard as you guys play for the players right here, do you guys listen to music before the games? Like, I'm being kind of curious. What do you guys listen to, like, to make you guys play as hard as you guys play?
Worship music.
some
Petty.
some JID.
We listen to all types of music.
Yeah, we do. It's like a mix of.
We have Millie. Millie is our music guy, so he pushes shuffle on. We listen to all types of hip hop and stuff to get us pumped up. You know.
Me personally, I need my 2000s R&B. I don't care if
Right.
it has people crying in the club. 2000s R&B before every game, and I'll be set. I'll be cool.
There's a poetic justice when he plays.
Yeah.
There was a guy that on your team that came out of nowhere. They played the last 5 games.
Talent.
The last 5
It was
games?
talent, yeah.
Or is it Elijah? The
I
running
think
back.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did come in right at when he hits 5 games before our playoff.
He has immense amount of talent. How'd you guys find him?
He reached out to us. Yeah, he reached out to us, and I love that chorus. So he is amazing. He's a really good player, very respectful, and we are so blessed to have him. So yeah, he reached out to us, and then we went from there. He came over, loved the team, and it was history.
I like how you guys are building your line first because you guys feel like, I think you guys feel like you guys have the skill.
Mm-hmm.
So is that why you're building the line first before you build anything else?
Well, I believe, that's the hardest thing for a majority of semi-pros. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, it's hard to get linemen. It is so hard. And that's why we want to recruit, for linemen first. And then what happened last season, they play both sides of the ball. They're the only guys that actually never come out. Like, we try. We try to get more linemen, so it's hard. But, yeah, that's the reason why we want to build it first.
I mean, and that's exactly it, right? You got the biggest guys on the field, right? They're going to need rest. So depth is very, very important. And honestly, the game is won in the trenches. That's where it's at, right? So we build the trench, things fall in after that. You can find skill to position a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to be, and I call them the prima donnas of the league. Everybody wants the ball in their hands, but they forget about what made that happen, right?
Yeah,
so I think that's where you start. Your core is in the trenches. Start with the trenches, and we work our way out.
So you guys have a chant. For those people who don't know about the chant, what is it called?
Well, we call it in our language, in Samoan, we call it the Siva Tau. A lot of people know it as a haka. That's like most of the time it's, they use the haka from like New Zealand, but we have our own chant. So we're going to bring it this season. We just have that little hand motion kind of thing. That's what we got right now. We just didn't have time, to start teaching, our Siva Tau. That's what we're gonna call it, Siva Tau, the war dance. We're not gonna call it haka. We're gonna call it the Siva Tau. And then I can't wait to bring it. I can't wait.
Get more people involved.
Yes, absolutely.
So for you guys to not have that, that culture, that background, does it get your blood flowing?
Oh yeah, it gets you really hyped and gets you really turned up and ready to go for the game. Like, you're really excited, and it's like everybody's doing it together, so it makes it feel like you're all one as one. So.
I grew up watching those videos a little bit in high school and in middle school, just because I just loved seeing how turned up they were and how unified everyone was. No matter if it was a little girl that's 2 years old or an elderly woman or man, everyone was doing it, and it just seems so fun. And now that I'm actually able to be a part of it, it's heartwarming, and it just gives you the motivation that you need to go out there and perform with your team as a family.
So will you be leading the haka this year?
Yeah. Yes, I will.
So is it basically like the biggest guy on the field that has to lead it, or is just everybody feels like it's by heart?
It's mostly heart. It's usually the leader who takes over and leads the team that does the haka, but it only depends on if you have pride and the leadership skills of doing it.
My heart.
Plus, I forced him into it.
Yeah, that too.
He was voluntold.
He was voluntold.
So, this is your that was your first year in the league, right? In this league.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel for your first ever time playing in this league? You were like the best lineman in the league.
It was cool, I guess, but I was mostly trying to go and get a ring. That was the most important accomplishment I was trying to achieve.
I feel like that's always the biggest accomplishment, getting that ring, because, it would satisfy. It'd be more satisfying to have that award plus the ring,
Yeah.
I do understand that. So before we wrap this up, you guys are a very tough team to beat. No matter what numbers you guys have, and there's going to be a lot of younger players coming into the team. Do you guys feel like for some younger players being hot-headed, how would you guys be able to calm them down?
Being veterans, and since I've been in this league for 4 years now, so you just got to understand, when you talk to them before the game and you talk to the rest of the captains, they got to come over and you got to have a group huddle, and you got to talk to the guys and let them know how the game's going to be officiated and how things are going to go. And when you're out there, I know in the flow of the game, things happen, but you got to get on your guy. You got to be there for the guy next to you and keep uplifting people and make sure they have in good spirits so we can play the game together and get a good outcome.
I know that I used to be a hothead back in high school, so I know all it takes is just, grabbing whoever is hot, just getting them away from the situation, just walking them away, and just, if they're mad, let them be mad. It's okay to be mad, but go be angry somewhere else where you're not going to get in trouble. Go release your anger, go take 5 seconds, whatever you need to do, go punch a tree, do whatever you got to do, but when you come back, go take your anger out on the field in the right way. That's going to help the team, not on your teammates or yell at the coaches or yell at the refs, because that's just going to end up hurting us. So just go take your 5-10 seconds, calm down, collect yourself, and come back to the team, because I've had to do that myself a couple times this year.
Well, we're going to treat everybody with respect.
Yeah.
With respect, we're going to, the pros and cons about things. So we're going to evaluate everybody, see how everybody flows with everything that's going on with the organization and everything, and then gain their respect so they could respect us, so to speak.
I'm grateful that this group came to the interview. I'm really thankful. I'm really honored to have the first woman head coach on my podcast. I feel like it's the best achievement so far that I have on my podcast. And I would like to thank you guys for all coming here, and I really appreciate you.
Is this on?
Yeah, it's on. Mm-hmm.
I just had one more thing to say. So you asked me earlier about that game in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to seem like a hater, okay? And Tyshawn, I still owe you for that comment that you gave me the last time about me being an eye coach. But I have to give it to the Vengeance. You guys, in that second half, it did seem like we were playing a different team. It did. It really did seem that way. You guys turned it up a little bit. There were some great halftime adjustments. So give them respect where respect is due. Fatigue, like I said, we lost our way a little bit, and you guys turned it up. There were some great halftime adjustments, so I got to give them respect.
Yeah, I think staying humble, is the best way to do it, because sometimes when you get it in your head, then it's done. You're going to be like, I can do this, and then just not thinking that, just stay humble, even throughout the whole game. Because once things get in your head, then you won't be thinking about everybody else but yourself. So.
I almost forgot. So you guys do community service.
Yes, we are so big on community service. So let me tell you, we do partner up with Phoenix Thrive. So they're from my church. And then we also partner up with Phoenix Police, and then some other businesses along Bell Road and the I-17. So they do community service every first Saturdays of every month, well, except for January and August. So if you want to get connected with us, let us know. You guys can reach us out, at the AZ Tamatoa football. Or you can find me on Facebook, which is I have a long next name on there. But you can also reach out to Josue. I already talked to him about it. So he's going to partner up with us, the Gridiron Chronicles, which is great. please make time to go and help out your community. There's a lot to do out there. So yeah, get hooked up. Let me know if any other, team wants to get on it. Let us know.
We'll definitely be on it. Gridiron Chronicles is definitely happy, and we're just gonna come and work.
Yeah,
So yeah, we're gonna have a great crew out there.
it'll
So
be super fun. I'm pretty sure all those people because when we do community service, you'll see a lot of older people out there, they are working their butts off. And then we need the youth and young adults to be out there, to help out.
set an
So,
example.
Yes, set an example. So it'll be a great thing for people to get involved into.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and like I said, I would thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. We
What you
appreciate
guys are
it.
doing is amazing. This is outstanding. Give everybody a voice, right? There's
Yes.
so many opinions on football players, especially AZ football players. But you guys would be doing what you guys are doing, allowing people to get to know these players and these coaches. I think it's great. It's outstanding.
I'm just gonna tell you, within the next few years, this is gonna blow up. It's gonna go up. Don't be surprised if by the end of this year, because this is a great thing. You're helping out all the teams. Put them out there, promote them. So we really appreciate you for reaching out and asking. So we were so happy and honored to be here. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.